Okay, in this next section we're going to look at another form. We've talked about slope-intercept form lately. This one's called point-slope form. And yeah, the name does kind of, tell you what we're looking at. You're going to be given one point and you're going to be given slope, and from that you can write an equation. Point-slope form is the equation of a non-vertical line, so one that doesn't go straight up and down because that would be undefined, through a given point x1 and y1 with the slope of m. This is the equation down here, the y minus y1 equals m times the quantity in parentheses x minus x1. And when we know some given information, we're just going to take this equation and plug values in where we know them, and we're going to take a look at a couple examples here next. Alright, so we're going to use this point-slope form to write an equation for a line that goes through the point -1, 4 and has a slope of -2. Well, if we start with point-slope form, you've got the equation y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. So if you look at the information that we're given a point. This point up here, this is going to be our x1, this is going to be our y1. And we already know slope is -2, so this is going to be the m value. So we'll plug those in for what we know. So we don't know y, but we know y1 is 4. I'm going to plug that in. We know m is -2, so I'll plug that in for -2. Don't know x, but we know x1 is a -1, so we're going to do minus -1. Now as we look at this, keep in mind that right here we are subtracting a negative, which means that's like adding. So we can simplify this equation a little bit further by changing that inside the parentheses there to an x plus 1. And that's basically it, how you can write the equation given that information. This particular form in the future is going to help us graph an equation. It would be another way to graph something, and we'll talk about that in the future. Alright, so here's another similar example. We still want to write an equation in point-slope form for a line that passes through the point 3, -1 and has a slope of 3. So if we start with the point-slope form, we've got y minus y1 equals m times the quantity in parentheses x minus x1. And again, we go up here, we're given this is our x1 and this is our y1, and we know that this is going to be our m because that's the slope. So we're just going to take those values and plug them into the equation. So we got y minus -1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1, which in our case our given value is 3. We can still simplify this because as you look at the left side of the equation, we've got y minus a -1. When we minus a negative, that's like adding. So we're going to change this to, or simplify it to, y plus 1 equals m times the quantity x minus 3. Now that you've seen a couple examples, here's one for you to try. So you're going to want to write an equation in point-slope form of a line that passes through the point 7, 2 and has a slope of -2. And you can pause the video here and go ahead and see if you can do that. And then when you unpause the video, you will see the solution or the equation of the situation in point-slope form. So here's what the equation would be. It'd be y minus 2 equals -2 times the quantity x minus 7. Hopefully you got that, and we will continue to practice this in class the next few days. Have a good night.